Have you started? What? Okay, so today we're doing this thing called this short story called Saturday Climbing. So what do I notice? I noticed the cliff is actually representing the relationship between Barry and his daughter, Mora. It was a story that shows a single father perspective towards his daughter. So yeah, so I feel like the author uses a lot of symbolism in his story, like such as Saturday climbing. It's to help the reader gain a greater understanding of his message. So it's basically like yeah. Actually, never mind. Next person, or maybe next question. Next topic.
Next topic.
Is that what you guys all agree with? No, the notice. What do you guys notice? Is it all you
everyone
guys?
around and see what did everyone notice.
Yep.
So, go to
How about you? Hey, what I noticed is her dad wants to be strong in front of her daughter and pretend that he doesn't want her help, but I guess his daughter actually has the ability to help him in every way, but her dad wants to just shows that he can do everything himself alone. So that's the way that I see this story.
So
Do you want
basically,
to?
no, I just wanted to talk. So basically, all our ideas is like this whole book, this whole short story is symbolizing that the relationship between his daughter and him.
So just say what you're saying.
Yeah. So
You
so
can't
do you
go.
wanna just so we go on? Right?
You want to summarize it? Summarize
okay,
what we
what are
said.
you going on from?
We're just saying in general that the theme in this, the central theme in this kind of story is possibly it's just related to relationships between
The daughter and
I guess it could be parent to child.
Yeah, to make it more general.
To cope with these changes they have.
a single
And the-
father.
Yeah, and like it could be the father is maybe getting left behind, or he's not catching up, or that the daughter's moving too fast for him, right? And as the cliff, right? The cliff is probably like a metaphor just for representing that sort of relationship they have.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So how you talked about how for the father how things are going by too fast. Yeah, I totally agree with that because he is obviously I think alone because they don't talk about his mother or her mother or any other parent. So it's just him and the daughter, and he sort of has trouble letting her go a little with the decisions she's making. And also it shows that in the text where he says yeah, it was as if you lost your first tooth only last year, and as if you took you to kindergarten 6 months ago, and you're barely rid of your braces. So he's sort of still holding back on the memories and stuff, and just so shocked about how she changed so fast, and he sort of doesn't want to let her go.
Are you saying that this is kind of like a normal reaction to how parents think of their daughters? They finally realize they've grown up, or do you consider this more? There's something more, possibly there's no mother.
I'm just saying that I think it's normal because any parent is they don't want to see their child grow up, I think, too fast, right? Because they've been there ever since day one, right? So yeah.
Okay, so can I add on to what Harry said? So on page 56, it says his daughter, 80 feet below, seemed so small that Barry felt he could lift her into his arm, which is what Harry said. She appears so small and innocent, and she seems too young to be in the cruel and harsh her world. So, like, the view of her may never change, but in Barry's level of acceptance of Mora's independence. Well, sorry, I'm cheating. Yeah. So yeah. So do you guys have how does the
I think we're still on this one because we haven't really come up with a question, have we? We've just said what we've noticed when we think of general, what it ties in with a theme. So we probably have to think of a question that we could all answer, and we have to later, find evidence of what makes sense. So.
And so if you look at the text everywhere, like in every scene, Moira tells her dad that are you in trouble, and her dad says no, I'm fine, but he's actually in trouble, and it's better if he tells her that he needs her help. But he's trying to show that he can solve his problems his own, and he doesn't need her help. So, and he's not old enough, like, to help her dad. So if she can help her dad come out, then she feels that she has the ability to go alone in the community. Like in the society.
Where does it say that she wants to help her dad? I mean, not help her dad, but wants to get out of the world faster.
Like every time she asks, like in page 57, I thought you were in trouble. Moira said,
And then he said, I thought you were too.
Yeah, and also in the first pages, Moira calls her dad that, do you need help? And her dad says, no, I'm fine. So it means that Moira tries to help her dad, but yeah, her dad is trying to.
Would you say the problem is the dad's not accepting
That
her
he's
help? Or he's old, yeah, I mean.
Because
Maybe if you, keep on going.
I forgot whatever. Because he saw her as innocent and stuff like that, too young to do the thing that he was doing, right? Maybe he was comparing his age to her age, and maybe he's kind of denying that he's old.
Yeah,
So he doesn't want to help her. Yeah.
So do you guys want to summarize and come up with a question?
Sure.
So
Okay, so in general, we're talking about the relationship between the father and daughter and the challenges of both of them having not relating and not I guess in the best communication terms, and how it affects their relationship.
and the symbols that throughout the story, how it talks about the story takes place at climbing a cliff, but then a lot of their background stories are intertwined in the whole story. So I guess it's symbolizing their relationship throughout the cliff climbing project. Yeah. So should our question be something like how does the symbols symbolizes them or their relationship? Or something like that. How do you guys want to make the question?
Kind of want to talk.
I think it's the theme. It's not supposed to be mostly about the symbols. It's about the big theme of the
Symbols help with the theme.
theme. Yeah. So I think our theme is technically about
Challenge.
the challenges between the father and daughter relationship. Or you could do the
have a
challenges
question,
between
though.
the parent and the child.
Parent-child. That's a good question, right? But then I'm kind of asking, why doesn't the dad accept her help or something?
Does he feel helpless in her presence?
Kind of.
Yeah, does he feel like he needs to? I forgot what page, but he said he needs to be strong.
In page 53.
Yeah, he wanted to show, since after her mom left, he wanted to become a strong parent that's her role model throughout her life. But then if he said he's scared, then he would.
Do they
break
talk
his
a lot?
image.
Do they talk a lot to each other in this entire story, or?
No.
Not that much.
Let me add on to what you said, of how the daughter and father relationship. I think the fact that he's not accepting of her help is because he doesn't want to accept himself that she is older I mean, not older, but like growing up, and is capable of like helping people. Usually, like when someone is to help, you go to someone more wiser or more older, right? So I guess he's just sort of having trouble accepting that his daughter's just growing up. So yeah, I think that's why he doesn't really accept her help when he needs it.
Okay.
Want to make the question, why do you think people like react that way when they think like someone like they know like their child is like growing up?
I guess it's, why can't they accept change
Yeah.
more easily? That's the kind of question you can ask, right? Because it sort of ties in with challenges, right?
Oh, well,
Oh, you can go.
yeah, because the world is a cruel place. Yeah, cruel place. So yeah, and I guess he just doesn't want to see like his daughter like grow up and go into that world and all the like challenges she has to like face and stuff. So I guess he's sort of like hard wanting to accept that she can go and stuff. So,
Okay, so
yeah.
we can talk about how the text answers it. I mean, at one point, didn't he say how it's safer when it's like lower? I can't find
Yeah, I remember that,
and
but I
it's
don't know
flat,
where it is
right?
exactly.
Flat,
Yeah,
it's smooth. There's nothing bumpy or rocky
Yeah.
for
Where
no
she's
trouble.
not too high up. Yeah.
I wonder, like, you know how like his wife like left him, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't want her to feel like abandoned like he was, so he's trying to like be more of a part of her life too.
Yeah.
So he feels like he's more involved, and it doesn't feel like he's abandoning her. Like
What
his wife
parts
did.
show that in the text?
Okay.
Oh, Maki.
On page 53, it says, ever since his wife had left him, he had tried to compensate by providing unhesitantly leadership for his daughter because he also was facing insecurity. So, in the other paragraph in page 53, before they had started climbing, there had crept into his daughter's voice a constant note of discouragement and disappointment. The times he had managed to overcome his own insecurity and had asked her what was the matter, she had turned her back on him. So even he's facing insecurity and like doesn't have a lot of confidence talking to his daughter because after his wife left him.
Okay, should we all summarize a bit? I think we've been on this for too long. Yeah, where do I see examples of other people? So, okay, so we have some sort of questions about these relationships, right?
And also, I think that's a kind of shame that a dad wants help from his daughter. Yeah, it's shameful. So he's not trying to do that because he explained to them that he's strong enough for like hiking and he's like a genius and he can do well. And then when he's in trouble, he shows that he's not that strong for this. Yeah.
Okay, should just put it down, I guess. We don't really know what we're doing right now. It's 13 minutes.
We have to go.
Yeah, we have to do all this.
Wait, so where else do you guys see examples of people behaving like they don't accept their daughters changing? Or
Daddy
or
issues.
relationships.
No, that's not daddy
You can do
issues. That's, like,
relationships in general. It
Yeah,
doesn't have
like
to be
just in
parent
life
children.
anywhere. Like
they
we're
don't
connecting.
accept
Yeah.
any change. They want.
Well, it can
That
go
way.
through with teachers and students, how their students are graduating, right? As long as it can be applied to teachers and students, right? It's like how the teacher's been teaching for this person so long, and finally they're graduating. It's kind of emotional, right?
Yeah.
Or you can see it as a point where, like, teaching methods, like how teaching methods have changed, right? Like, let's go, like, my dad used to say, like, there used to be elderly people who didn't like change, like how the teenagers used to act when at one point they were teenagers.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you got like the people with the old ideas who are traditional people who just want to keep those ideas, and the people who have the new ideas mixing together and realizing there's problems and they can't communicate. So you could say that as a relationship too.
Well, older people, it's because they're more comfortable, right?
Yeah.
They don't want change, and because that's gonna shift it.
Yeah, that's what he's uncomfortable with her growing up too.
So yeah,
Hold on,
that's
hold
a
on to
good
that.
On top of that, I have some. So, from what I learned in social studies, the government, political parties, they show us how, and statistically, how younger people tend to only vote for NDP, and older people usually vote for